Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
Good evening. How are you? Everything's good? Everything's good? Is yes? Everything's good?
Yes, okay.
Guys, if you can turn on your camera, please turn on your camera. Don't be shy. Anyone can turn on your camera? Your camera already fixed, yes, sir. I use my computer office. I use my computer office. My laptop is still on counter. Masih di counter, is still repairing, mas. Yang masih di jalan siapa nih? Oh, or still on the way?
Ya, saya, Pak.
Oh, Saprudin. Oke.
Ya, Pak.
And then, okay, let's start our class by reciting doa first, based on your religion. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, please, Mas Milky, please. You may change your device. How are you, Mas Angga? Masya Allah. We have same name, ya. You are Angga Aditya, I am Isdewangga. All right, it's okay. Guys, what we have learned in the last meeting? We talk about pronoun, ya. Is it correct or not? Pronoun and compound. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Benar nggak? Kemarin kita bahas terkait dengan pronoun, bukan?
Yes, sir. Pronoun.
Pronoun, ya. Ada berapa? How many kinds of pronoun? teman-teman? Ada yang ingat? Kemarin kita sudah pelajari itu. Ada berapa pronoun? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm back, sir.
Sorry. Dera?
I'm back, sir.
Ada berapa pronoun kemarin? Jenis-jenis pronoun?
Egg, sir.
8. Dera, 8.
Yes.
First one is apa yang pertama?
Personal.
Personal pronoun. Okay. The second one is
Possessive pronoun.
possessive pronouns. The third one
Demonstrative.
demonstrative pronoun, and then
Reflexive pronoun.
reflexive pronoun. Reflexive pronoun.
Reflexive pronoun.
Next one is apa lagi? Ayo, yang lain ayo. Apa lagi? Apa lagi? Sudah reflexive pronoun. Satu lagi. Berapa lagi tuh? Interrogative pronoun ada nggak? Interrogative. Interrogative pronoun yang berfungsi untuk yang apa namanya itu pronoun yang sudah jelas. Kata ganti yang menunjukkan untuk menggantikan orang, benda, atau sesuatu yang sudah pasti atau yang sudah jelas. Apa itu?
Common pronoun.
Sorry, Mas Fahri. Kata ganti untuk menggantikan orang, benda, dan lain-lain yang sudah jelas. Yang sudah jelas keberadaannya.
Common noun, sir.
Common noun, really? Okay, another one.
Definitive pronoun.
Definite pronoun. Is it correct? Definite pronoun. Kebalikannya apa? Kebalikannya itu indefinite.
Indefinite pronoun.
All right. So yes. So you still remember about pronoun. And the next one, I think we continue our lesson today. We're gonna talk about okay, today we're gonna talk about modifiers, ya, teman-teman ya, modifiers. You can see there. Can you see my screen, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No, sir, not yet, not yet.
Not yet. Really?
Ready, sir.
Already, all right. Okay, this is the outline, yeah. This is the outline of our meeting today. Modifiers and adjective and adverb and the position of modifier itself. And the objective is, there are three objectives of our meeting today. The first one is to understand how to place modifier in a sentence. And the second one is to know what modifier is. And the third one is to understand about adjective and adverb as modifier. And the question is, what is modifier? Apa itu modifier? Ya. Itu modifier. Ada yang tahu? Modifier itu apa?
Pengubah.
Sorry, Mbak Putri.
Kalau Indonesia sih kayak pengubah gitu, Sir.
Modifier adalah
The fire are words, phrase, and cause that affect and often enhance the meaning of language.
modifier. Wait. Modifier is
Are words,
word
phrases,
or
and clauses. Word, phrases, and clauses.
Wala makasubo eh. Natutuloy na rito pa sa rahay, mga bibigiti, wala rati. Ha?
Okay, this one ya, everyone ya, teman-teman. Can you read it? Oh, from Mas Fahri itu sudah jelasin juga tadi, ditulis juga sama Mas Fahri. Okay. Modifiers. Yes, there. Alright, already here. Modifier is a word or phrase or clause which function as adjective or adverb to explain the word or group of words. From Mas Fahri said that modifier are word, phrase, or clause that modify and adverb enhance the meaning of the sentence. Modifier offer the detail that can make a sentence more engaging, clearer, or specific. The simplest form of a modifier would be an adjective or adverb. Okay. Mas Fahri, you take it from my PPT, ya? Is it correct? I remember.
No, sir. From internet.
Ya. Jadi teman-teman ya, modifier itu adalah frasa, ya. Frasa atau klausa yang fungsinya sebagai adjektif atau adverb. Fungsinya itu sebagai adjektif atau adverb yang menerangkan sebuah kata atau group of word atau beberapa kata, gitu ya, kumpulan daripada beberapa kata. Itu adalah modifier. Ya, fungsinya sebagai adjektif dan adverb yang menjelaskan sebuah kata atau beberapa kata. Okay, let's see there. Okay, let's run. You can see there. A modifier is a word or group of words that describes another part of speech or even a complete sentence. Jadi di sini modifier itu adalah sebuah kata atau kumpulan dari beberapa kata yang menjelaskan, ya, another part of speech, ya, atau even a complete sentence, ataupun dia juga bisa menjelaskan kalimat yang sempurna itu sendiri. A modifier is not main element of a sentence. Jadi, teman-teman ya, remember ya, a modifier is not main element of a sentence because it is not core element. Yeah. Such as subject, verb, or object, but a modifier can be an important element. Atau bisa juga disebut dengan complement. Ya. Begitu ya. Jadi modifier itu bukan is not a main element ya, bukan satu hal yang utama di dalam sebuah kalimat. Bukan satu hal yang utama dalam sebuah kalimat, seperti kalau di dalam kalimat bisa sebut sebagai kalimat adalah jika ada if the sentence has a subject, has a verb, and also an object. But modifier can be important element. Tapi modifier juga bisa menjadi hal yang utama di dalam sebuah elemen utama dalam sebuah kalimat. Tapi tanpa modifier itu sendiri, kalimat tersebut, kata kumpulan dari a group of word tersebut bisa dikatakan sebagai kalimat. Kayak gitu. Traditionally, when you think of modifiers, you think of adjective and adverb. Seperti yang saya bilang di awal tadi di sini, modifier is a word or phrase or clause which function as adjective or adverb to explain a word or a group of word. Nah, jadi dia fungsinya sebagai adjektif dan adverb. Fungsinya sebagai adjektif atau adverb. Other type of modifiers include possessive and demonstrative pronouns as well as compound modifiers requiring a given. Possessive and demonstrative pronouns apa aja tadi? Apa sih possessive pronouns yang kemarin kita sudah pelajari? Contohnya apa? Apa saja possessive pronoun? Ya. Possessive pronoun apa aja?
My, your, they,
their,
ours,
our,
her,
sorry, her,
her,
his, and its. Alright. Itu ya teman-teman ya. Nah, itu untuk posesifnya. Kalau demonstratifnya apa aja? This and
this, that, this,
For?
and
this and that is for singular. Ya. This and that itu untuk singular. And for pluralnya apa?
this and those.
This and those. Oke, good. Thank you. Ya, kita lihat, kita lanjutkan ke slide selanjutnya. This is the basic adjective and adverb. Adjective and adverb are the most basic kinds of modifier. Jadi, dan adverb itu adalah hal yang dasar, macam modifier yang dasar ya. Adjective and adverb are the most basic kinds of modifier. A starting point to understanding adjective and adverb is identifying the kinds of what each modifies. Adjective modify. Nah, jadi kalau starting point to understand adjective and adverb is identifying the kinds of what each modifies. Kita harus memahami dulu adjective dan adverb itu menjelaskan apa sih? Kita lihat di sini bawahnya. Adjective modify nouns and pronoun. Remember teman-teman ya. Adjective itu menjelaskan noun atau pronouns, adding color, taste, ya, feel, and other dimension to the word they describe. Ya, jadi itu bisa menjelaskan noun atau pronoun atau juga bisa menambahkan color, taste, feel, and other dimensions. Okay, Mas Abdurrahman, it's okay. For example, you consider, here are the example. This is the example, you consider. Bright, dull, old, pink, short, warm, frizzy, outstanding, and great. Yeah. This is some example for adjective, modify, noun, and pronoun. Jadi fungsinya itu sebagai apa sih? Adjektif itu menjelaskan apa sih adjektif itu? Dia tuh bisa menjelaskan noun dan juga pronoun. Macam color, taste, feel, and other dimension to the word they describe. And the second one, adverb. Nah, ini kan adjektif. Tadi dia menjelaskan apa sudah kita tahu ya, menjelaskan noun dan pronoun. And the next one, adverb, modify, adjective, a verb, or other adverbs. Dia tuh bisa menjelaskan adjektif. The adverb is modifies adjective, verb, or other adverb itself. And in the time itself, even entire sentence. Adverb juga bisa menjelaskan entire sentence. Menjelaskan keseluruhan daripada kalimat itu sendiri. Ya teman-teman ya. Or adding depth, color, or intensity. So adverb answers the question how. Jadi adverb juga bisa menjawab sebuah pertanyaan how, when, where, and why. Here are few example of adverb: friendly, actively, rarely, quickly, recently, slowly, more, most, less, and least. Nah, itu ya teman-teman ya. Remember ya, dari poin slide ini teman-teman ingat saja, cukup diingat, adjektif itu menjelaskan daripada nouns or pronoun. The adjective is modifies noun and pronouns, and adverb modifies adjective, verb, or other adverb, even entire sentence like how, adding depth, color, intensity. Okay. Next. Specific type of error with adjective and adverb. Modifying action verb with adjective. Modifying action verb with adjective. Action verb should be modified with adverb. Action verb should modified with adverb. Ya, kita lihat tadi sebelum slide the previous slide, consider adjective modifies noun and pronouns, and adverb modifies, remember ya, modifier, adjective, verb, or other adverb. Di sini, in this sentence, Martin speaks good. Modifying action verb with adjective. Martin speaks well. Di sini salahnya di mana, guys? Kita lihat di sini kan ada incorrect and correct. Martin speaks good. Martin speaks well. Apa perbedaannya, teman-teman? Ya. Mas siapa nih? Mas Alex. Perbedaannya apa nih di sini? Martin speaks good. Martin speaks well. Modifying action verb is specific type of error with adjective and adverb ya. Jadi di sini modifying action verb with adjective. Good ini adjective or adverb?
Adjektif.
Well, karena tidak bisa dipakai goodly. Jadi well ini posisinya sebagai apa, Mas? Adjective atau adverb? Mas Gali. Kalau good posisinya apa? Is it adjective or adverb? Good.
Good adjective, sir.
Good adjective. Loh, kok pindah? Good di sini adalah sebagai adjektif, sedangkan adjektif itu tidak bisa menjelaskan verb. Yang bisa menjelaskan verb adalah adverb. Okay, it's okay, Mas Gali, it's okay. You already tried. Thank you. Okay. And the next one, modifying state of being verb. Modifying state of being verb with adverb. Linking verb should be followed by adjective. Ya, keterangannya ya, linking verb should be followed by adjective. Apa linking verb itu, teman-teman? What are linking verbs? Yo. What are linking verb?
Kata kerja penghubung.
Kata kerja penghubung. Apa saja itu linking verb tuh? Apa saja linking verb? What are linking verb? Kalau kata kerja penghubung apa saja sih? Apa sih kata kerja penghubung itu? Apa aja? Ayo. Linking verb. Ayo, biar kita ulang lagi dikit terkait dengan materi yang sudah dipelajari di apa saja? Contoh-contohnya saja. Yang verb itu ada verb of sensation, and verb of sensation apa aja, teman-teman? Verb of sensation, anyone knows? The verb of sensation, yang kata kerja yang bermakna sensasi.
Feel, look, smell, sound, taste.
Like feel,
Look. Sound. Sound.
sound, like this, sound this one. Yeah. Then,
Test.
sorry, taste.
Test.
Taste.
Yes.
Okay. This is some of the verb of sensation ya. Ini verb of sensation seperti ini untuk linking verb. Feel ini bisa jadi verb, look, smile, sound, taste. Nah, and verb of being macam mana? Let's see. Select.
Fear.
Become,
Sorry?
continue,
Sorry.
become, sir, become,
Become.
continue,
Kurang kedengaran suaranya. Wait a minute. Oke, become, then
Feel.
continue, sir,
feel. Feel like this. Really?
Yes.
Verb of being loh. Verb of being.
Continue, sir.
Continue. Next, apa lagi?
Grow.
Grow. Grow. Next. Ada lagi?
Appear.
Appear. Appear. Appear. Then, ya, think. Masih ada nggak? Masih ada? What about be? Or biasa kita sebut dengan to be. Bisa nggak? Verb of being.
Yes, sir.
Oke, apa aja to be tuh, guys?
Is, are, was, were, be, been, being.
Ya, I write it ya.
Is,
Are,
are, was,
were,
been,
been,
being,
been,
being,
and being ya. Ini macam-macam daripada to be itself. Ada lagi? Or only this one? Ayo, coba ingat-ingat lagi.
Sir, sorry.
Ya?
I think feel itu salah.
Oh iya. Alright. Phil sudah di atas ya. Already in verb of sensation. Sensation. Ya, sensation.
Oke, thank you.
Next one, ada lagi nggak? Is there any other verb of being? Enough? What about like this? Sim. Remain. Can be remain. Remain can be. Ayo.
proof, sir. Proof.
Membuktikan ya? Proof.
Yes.
Bukti. Alright. Proof. Proving.
Sir.
Enough. Only that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more actually. Apa ya? Tune. Okay, this one ya, teman-teman ya. This is linking verb. Verb of sensation. Verb of being. Linking verb. And next one, wait a minute. Can see there, modifying state of being verb with adverb. Linking verb should be followed by adjective. Nah, jadi linking verb itu sendiri, bukan verb ya, linking verbnya should be followed by adjective. Itu. Contohnya, di sini ada, over there is an incorrect sentence and the correct one sentence. Della felt badly about the miscommunication. Della felt bad about the miscommunication. Nah, bad ini masuk ke pada linking verb karena dia masuk ke verb of sensation ya, sensasi ya. Di sini tuh bisa di sini masuk verb. Jadi teman-teman, tuh, Della felt bad about the miscommunication. Bukan badly ya, badly nggak ada. Bukan badly di sini, tapi bad. Della felt bad about the miscommunication. Next. Using more, teman-teman. Using more, most, less, or least with a comparative or superlative and adding a suffix such as or is or est ya, est. Using more ya, the word more, most, this one. With comparative and superlative and adding a suffix such as, suffixnya tuh such as atau es tuh est itu suffix ya. We were more busier yesterday than today. Jadi ini kalau sudah more teman-teman, kalau sudah more, if you already use more, don't use suffix. Don't use suffix here. Ya. So ini salah. This is wrong sentence. You were more busier. You notice that? Just use we were busier yesterday than today. Kita lebih sibuk kemarin daripada hari ini. Don't say we were more busier. Because more, using more, if you already use more, do not use suffix do not add suffix after the sentence, after the word busy. Okay? Or placing modifiers incorrectly. Ya, kita menempatkan modifier secara kurang tepat. They should be placed close the word or word they modify. Nah, harusnya mah kita taruh atau kita tempatkan modifier tersebut di tempat atau dekat kata yang dia modify, yang dia jelasin, ya, yang dia refer. Okay, for example, Bob drove the car with the poor brakes recklessly. Jauhan nih katanya, ya, jauhan recklessly. Harusnya kan recklessly ini kan modifier ya, menjelaskan drove-nya itu sendiri. Harusnya mah taruhnya di dekat verb-nya itu, yaitu drove atau Bob drove recklessly drove the car with the poor brakes. Jangan terlalu jauh, jangan terlalu taruh di belakang. Karena dia hanya menjelaskan apa yang diterangkan di sini, hanya drove-nya itu sendiri. Oke. Tuh. Next. Modifying action verb with adverb. Nah, kita menjelaskan modifying action verb with adverb. Modify action verb with adverb. The modifier following a linking verb is a subject complement. Use an adjective to modify or describe the subject. An action verb is modified by an adverb. Remember, an action verb is modified by an adverb. Jadi kita sudah bahas tadi. We already talk about that the adverb modify the verb or other adverb. Consider the computer runs good. The computer runs well. Ya. Tadi kita sudah bahas. Next, a linking verb is usually followed by a subject complement. Nah, ada subject complementnya. Use an adjective as a subject complement. Now, of the 11 state of being or linking verb, only one seems to give the speaker or writer problem with modifiers to fill. Incorrect. Nah, contoh incorrectnya seperti ini. I feel badly about the situation. And the verb actually use a subject complement. Cukup sebagai subject complement saja. The correct one, so I feel bad about the situation. Okay. Continue. Adverb commonly end in ly. Ly ya. Adverb commonly end in ly. Ly terakhirnya adverb itu selalu dengan kebanyakan commonnya diakhiri dengan l-n-y. However, many speakers, teman-teman ya, banyak pembicara and writers atau penulis bobtail the adverb. Apa bobtail, teman-teman? Bobtail. Ayo, bobtail itu apa? Anyone knows? Ayo.
I'm sorry, sir. Can you repeat the question?
What is bobtail itself? Bobtail. In this sentence, there is many speakers and writers. Bobtails the adverb. Nah, this one. The word bobtail, what it mean? What does it mean by bobtail? By leaving the of, the l, and y ending. Jadi bobtail itu memotong atau tidak memotong atau tidak dia taruh ly di pada akhir word tersebut yang harusnya adverb. Tuh, garis ya teman-teman ya, memotong. Bobtail. Nah, kalau ngelihat dari itunya sendiri, apa namanya itu word itu sendiri, itu memotong ekor bobtail. Ya, bobtail. Many speaker and writer bobtail the adverb by leaving off the ly ending. Ya. Kecil ya mas? Like, okay, wait a minute.
Ini, oke, ini gede.
Okay, like this?
Yes, this is a normal screen.
Okay, this is normal screen. Yeah. Giving the effect that an adjective rather than an adverb modifies an action by verb. Adverb to watch out for are considerably, seriously, differently, really, badly, and solely. Jadi teman-teman bisa lihat di sini ya. Di sini dimaksudkan banyak yang menulis adverb itu tanpa memasukkan ly di akhir adverb tersebut ya. Karena adverb lah harusnya mah commonnya itu dikasih ly in ending of the word itself. It's like this. Alice reacted different about the problem than I did. Alice reacted different about the problem than I did. Harusnya mah Alice reacted differently. We put ly after different about the problem that I did. Okay. Two, many adverbs can take either form. using the ly ending after action verb has a smoother flow and sounds more professional to many ears. Sebenarnya adverb tuh bisa memakai ly, ada yang bisa memakai ly, ada yang tidak bisa memakai ly. Tapi yang memakai ly, it sounds more professional to many ears. Itu kedengaran lebih profesional. Kayak gitu. Too many ears. Drive slow. Is it correct or not? Right. Prefer, yang biasa didengar orang, yang sedang didengar orang, drive slowly. Drive slowly. Right. Prefer, drive slowly. Ya. Drive slow. Slow ini kan adverb. Ya. Menjelaskan daripada apa drive tuh menjelaskan adverb menjelaskan apa tadi? Modifies ayo menjelaskan apa adverb? Verb ya kan. Slow, the word slow here is adverb. Drive-nya itu adalah verb. Nah, ini sudah benar. But it referred by too many ears ya. Drive slowly. Ditambah ly di terakhirnya. Drive slowly. Sama. That's correct. Speak loud. Prefer, speak loudly. Even to some adverb can be used with or without the ly ending. Nah, itu saya bilang tadi. We can use either form with ly and without it. Adverbs such as slow, quick, deep usually sounds better with it. Slow, quick, and deep usually sounds better with it. Jadi tidak mulu adverb itu diakhiri dengan ly. No, but commonly it's ended by ly. Ya. Sounds more professional. Next, using comparative and superlative degrees. When using adjective or adverbs to compare, either use more, most, less, or least, or use or est to show the degree of comparison. But do not use both. Nah, jangan kita pakai dua-duanya. Use or s. Follow this rule. When we compare two items, use the comparative form of the modifier. Form the comparative by adding more or less or the suffix er. When you compare 3 or more items, use the superlative form. Form the superlative by adding most or least or the suffix est. Ada yang tahu komparatif dan superlatif apa? Ya. Jangan saya bilang I talk about comparative and superlative degrees, but you don't know. Anyone knows what is comparative and superlative?
Kalau komparatif ya buat membandingkan, tapi kalau superlatif itu baru dengar tuh Pak.
Gimana Mas? Komparatif apa?
Intinya ya buat membandingkan ya Pak.
Komparatif membandingkan. Komparatif.
Tapi ya gimana?
Superlatif apa Mas?
Kalau itu saya nggak tahu Pak.
Ayo. Mana, Mas?
Bandingan juga atau lebih.
Paling Pak, paling.
Paling. Kalau komparatif coba give me make an example.
Luffy is stronger than Zoro.
Luffy. Siapa? Luffy.
Luffy
Luffy. Luffy is
stronger
stronger
than Zoro.
Zoro.
Yes.
Wait. I think Luffy is kartunnya.
One Piece, sir.
Astaga, oh my god.
Anime.
I just remember that. Luffy ya. Luffy is stronger. Luffy is stronger than Zoro, ya. Zoro. Ini membandingkan ya, stronger, ya, berarti di sini ada ya. Basic sentence, basic wordnya itu strong, karena dia membandingkan, maka we put R after strong. Is it correct? Nah, itu ya comparative. Ada any other example, please?
She is 2 years older than me.
It is 2 years older than me. Nah, ini juga sama. Basic wordnya itu adalah of, and we put er after. Itu membandingkan. Alright, what about superlative? Ayo, superlatif. Superlatif.
It was the happiest day of my life.
It was
The happiest day of my life.
day of my life. Wow. Okay. Should be capital here. It was the happiest day of my life. The basic word of happiest apa? Happy.
Happy.
Ya toh? And we put est after, become happiest. Kita hilangin y-nya ya. Is it correct? Kita hilangin y-nya, kita ganti dengan i. Jadinya happiest. Any other?
This is
Wait a
They
minute.
even student in today's class.
Mas, what are you talking about? I can hear your word.
Mister.
TI has most active student. Then, wait. TI has most active students in today's class.
This mountain has the most beautiful view.
This mountain
The most beautiful view.
Mount. Habis? Oke.
Sir.
Ada yang lain? Contoh yang lain untuk superlatif?
That's the best film I have seen this year.
This is the best.
That's the best film I have seen this year.
That's like this, yeah.
That is the best film I have seen this year.
Best film
I have seen this year.
this year. Okay, in this sentence, where is the superlative? Nice.
Best.
Best is superlative.
Yes.
Is it correct, teman-teman yang lain? Ya. Kalau komparatifnya gimana? Kalau best? Komparatif daripada best apa? The word best. Kalau ini superlatif.
Better.
Better. Alright. Better. Alright. Another example. Okay, please. Biar kita latih lagi. What about the word? I give you the word from an adjective. Yeah. For example, bad. The word bad. Give me the example. For comparative. For superlative.
What?
This is.
Hello. Contohnya gimana? Give me a sentence for superlative.
This is the worst thing that ever happened in my life.
This is the worst
Day in my life.
Ini superlatifnya ya. Kalau komparatifnya, what is the comparative of the word bad?
Worse.
Komparatifnya apa?
Worse.
Worse. Alright, this is some example of comparative ya. Kalau komparatif itu tambah er or untuk membandingkan, that's comparative, and for superlative itu most, more. Is it more is comparative or superlative?
Comparative.
Comparative, sir.
Comparative. More berarti. That's for comparative. More. And superlative is est ya, tambah most. Apa lagi? Less.
Internet soalnya.
Okay, next. Okay, you can see there. Can you see? Can you see the table below?
Yes, it, sir.
This is the word from adjective become an adverb with long forms only. Yeah, amicable, amicably. You can see there. Okay. This one also like this. Bright, bright, bright. Adverb bright itu adjective bright bisa jadi adverb bright juga without ly. Bright, brightly, cheaply can be there. Direct, direct. And the irregular verifiers like this: bad, worse, worse, well, better, best. You can see there. Next one, using adjective to compare. Object must be of the same kind to be comparable. Sebuah objek itu harus must be of the same kind to be comparable. Harus satu hal yang sama untuk dibandingkan. Often the statements include incomparable items. Walaupun statementnya itu masuk satu hal yang tidak dapat item yang tidak dapat dibandingkan. For example, like this. Alright. Our products are better than our competitor. So we put R for there. Hello. Mas Gilang, please. You can turn off your. Mas Gilang, you can turn off the voice. Okay.
I'm sorry, sir.
Oh, hi.
Lagi di perjalanan pulang.
All right. Be careful. The correct one is our products are better than our products, our competitors' products. Or our products are better than our competitors. Incorrect. This production line runs faster than anyone else. The correct one, this production line runs faster than any other. Or this production line runs faster than anyone else production line runs. Consider. Yeah, using adjective to compare. Next. Avoiding double negatives. If you use double negative, more than one negative in a sentence, ya, jika ada word negatif di dalam sebuah kalimat, your statement actually becomes positive. Ya. So the word not is the most commonly used word for negative. Less common word than negate the statement are nothing, never, nothing, never, hardly, barely, and scarcely. Consider. Ya, double negatif di dalam sebuah kalimat ini. In this sentence, there is a negative word. There are two negative words over there. I can hardly get my work finished. I can't hardly get my work finished. Di sini ada double negatif. Not, can tuh. I can. The first negative is not. Here, ya. The second negative is hardly. It said, I cannot hardly get my work finished. Kalau ada dua negatif dalam satu kalimat, maka dia jadi become positif. Artinya dia bisa menyelesaikan tugasnya pada hari itu. I can hardly get my work finished. I can hardly get help. Mungkin hari ini saya agak susah untuk menyelesaikan tugas. The correct one is, or I can get my work finished. Or I can see this. I cannot hardly. There are two negative here. Artinya adalah not. Okay, the next one incorrect. The crew wasn't barely finished before it started to rain. Sudah. Di sini juga ada dua. Was not, wasn't here, and barely negative also here. So it should be only was, and put barely after was. Or the crew had just finished when it started to rain. So, jadi teman-teman ya, jangan sampai dalam satu kalimat teman-teman, please avoid the double negative ya. Don't ever write two negative words in a sentence. Next, avoid misplaced modifiers ya. Kita jauhi atau kita hindari memposisikan modifiers. Salah memposisikan modifiers. Okay, the first one, place modifiers close. Place modifiers close to the word or words they modify to keep meaning clear. Nah, jadi kita taruh untuk modifiers dekat dengan kata atau kata-kata yang dia jelaskan, to keep meaning clear, untuk menjaga maknanya itu lebih jelas. Placing modifiers away from the word they modify can create not only a grammatical error, but also an ambiguous meaning. With modifiers placed correctly, your writing has better flow and meaning is clearer. Jadi kalau kita tempatkan modifier jauh dari word yang dimodify-nya, yang dijelaskannya, maka itu akan membuat create not only a grammatical, bisa juga menjadi grammatical error pada grammarnya, but also ambiguous dalam sebuah maknanya. Maknanya jadi ambigu, rancu. So with modifiers placed correctly, dengan kita menempatkan modifiers secara benar, your writing has better flow and the meaning is clear. Jadi maknanya itu jelas. Here are some example misplaced modifier. Consider. Ginder waited for Dennis until the seminar started outside the building. Ginder waited for Dennis outside the building until the seminar started. Seminar started. Di sini misplace-nya di mana nih? Modifiers-nya mana? In this sentence, where is the modifiers? Guys. Where is the modifiers in this sentence? Apa, Mas?
Until.
Until, really? So here also until. Is there any other?
Outside.
Outside. Outside. Nah, until kenapa disebut modifiers?
Maybe because menerangkan waktu.
Menerangkan waktu. Waktu apa nih? Waktu menunggunya ya.
Waktu menunggunya, sir.
Waktu menunggunya ya. Jadi menunggunya ini ya. Oke. Waited. Waited for Dennis. For Dennis until this minute. Ginter waited for Dennis until this minute started outside the building. The correct Ginter waited for Dennis outside this minute. Outside the building until this minute. Nah, kalau until, ayo, yang mana yang benar nih? Apa bedanya ini atas sama bawah? Ayo, ada yang bisa jelaskan? Ayo, Mas Gali, maybe. Ginter waited for Dennis until this minute started outside the building.
Kalau yang di awal kan jadi kayak ambigu ya Pak, jadi kayak seminarnya bisa kayak diadain di luar gedungnya, jadi ambigu. Kalau
Jadi,
yang kedua,
yang kedua,
pasti ya nggak ambigu gitu, pasti seminarnya di dalam tapi nungguinnya di luar, nungguin si Dennisnya di luar.
kalau yang pertama itu nanti maknanya jadi rancu, ambigu. Nah, artinya di sini yang jadi modifiersnya yang mana di kalimat ini? Until or outside? Ayo.
Outside.
Outside the building. Kayak gitu ya. Oke, gitu juga dengan selanjutnya. Incorrect. The computer shutdown resulted in our losing an entire day this morning. The computer shutdown result in our losing an entire day this morning. The correct one, the computer shutdown this morning resulted in our losing an entire day. Nah, di sini yang jadi modifiernya yang mana?
Kayaknya resulted ya Pak.
Hah?
Resulted kayaknya.
Ayo, result itu yang dijelaskan modifier bukan?
Iya.
Ya, ya kan? Result itu yang dijelaskan oleh modifier. Ya, posisinya sebagai verb. Benar nggak? Modifiernya? This
morning.
This morning or morning, waktunya itu ya teman-teman ya. Dia this morning ini menjelaskan apa? Menjelaskan resultnya nih. Jadi nggak jauh daripada result. Makanya di sini dibilang in the first sentence, place modifier close to the word they modify to keep meaning clear. Letakkan modifiers dengan kata yang dekat dengan yang dia jelaskan. Nah, tadi di sini dibilang outside ya. Di sini tadi dibilang outside adalah modifier daripada waited. Ini kan berdekatan nih. Outside nih berdekatan. Kalau ini outside dengan waited itu terlalu jauh. Jadi maknanya rancu. Oke, jadi teman-teman ya. To avoid misplaced modifier. Jadi remember kita place, kita tempatkan modifier itu close to the word or word they modify to keep meaning clear, untuk menjaga makna yang jelas, membuat maknanya tidak ambiguous. Alright, next. Correct dangling modifiers. A modifying phrase takes the noun closest to it as its subject. Yeah. Modifying phrase. A modifying phrase takes the noun closest to the its as its subject. When the modifying phrase is separated from its real subject, seperti yang contohnya tadi di sini, mana tadi real subjeknya? Sini nih, jauh dari subjeknya. Is dangling, the result is dangling modifier. Apa itu dangling modifier? Dangling itu apa, guys? Dangling. Dangling, not dangling ya. Dangling modifier. Menguntai. Ya, dia jauh dari tempatnya. So in fact, guys, the subject of a dangling modifier may not even be in the sentence. Bahkan bisa dia juga tidak ada di dalam sentence, dalam sebuah kalimat. And once again, although the writer always knows the intended meaning, the reader can be confused. Walaupun penulis itu tahu ya maksud dari sebuah makna yang ada di dalam apa yang dia tulis itu, akan tetapi pembacanya sendiri itu bisa menjadi confused or even amused by this grammatical mishap. Okay. Here are two ways to correct dangling modifiers. Ini caranya untuk membenarkan dangling modifiers. The first one is move the subject next to its modifying phrase. Kita pindahkan subjek dekat dengan frasa yang dijelaskan. Or turn the phrase into a clause by adding a subject and verb. Atau kita rubah frasa itu menjadi klausa dengan kita tambah subjek dan juga verb. Example, sitting in the hallway, last sip of my coffee comfort me. The correct one, sitting in the hallway, I took a last and comforting sip of my coffee. Or, I sat in the hallway, last sip of my coffee comfort me. Frasanya di sini yang mana, teman-teman? Di dalam kalimat ini, frasanya yang mana? Move the subject next to modifying phrase. Frasanya yang mana? Di kalimat ini. Frasa itu apa sih? Ya. What is frasa? What is phrase?
Sekumpulan kalimat, sekumpulan kata.
Sekumpulan kata. Sekumpulan kata, but it's not a sentence. Artinya dia nggak ada apa? He has no
subject predikat.
He has no subject and verb. Artinya di sini yang mana yang nggak ada subjeknya di dalam kalimat ini? Nggak ada subjek dan verbnya.
Sitting in the hallway.
Sitting in the hallway. Jadi di sini ya. The last sip of my coffee comfort me. Dirubah menjadi move the subject next to its modifying phrase. The correct one is like this. I took a last and comforting sip of my coffee. Atau kita bisa juga kayak gini, kita rubah prasanya menjadi compound subject, compound prasa, compound clause, kita rubah menjadi klausa. Jadi kita tambah dengan subjek dan verbnya yaitu as I said in the hallway. Ada I and said. I is subject and said is the verb. Okay, next one also incorrect. Searching my cluttered desk, the documents were located. Corrected. Searching my cluttered desk, I located the documents. Or you can turn the phrase into clause by adding subject and verb. Okay. As I searched my cluttered desk, the documents were located. Kayak gitu teman. Next one, place an adverb correctly. Whereas adjective are generally placed before or after the word they modifiers. Whereas adjectives are generally placed before or after the word they modify. Most adverb can be placed in various positions depending on the meaning. Depending on the meaning the writer wish to convey. Ya, jadi adjektif itu bisa ditaruh di mana saja, in various position, posisi mana saja. Depending on the meaning the writer wishes or wish means to convey. Ya. Tergantung penulis mau taruhnya di mana. Apa yang mau mereka sampaikan. However, place adverbs such as only, nearly, almost, ever, scarcely, merely, to, and also directly before or after the word they modify. Place adverbs such as only, nearly, almost, and then before or after the word they modify. Jadi word-word kata-kata ini ya, itu bisa taruh before, directly before or after the word they modify. Bisa taruh sebelum atau sesudah kata yang mereka jelaskan. When these adverbs are placed a distance from the word they modify, meaning can get distorted. Nah, kalau kita taruh kalimat kata-kata ini nih, kita letakkan kata-kata ini nearly, almost, ever, and others jauh from the word they modify, dari kata yang mereka jelaskan, the meaning of the word can get distorted, akan rancu, akan rusak. So consider how the question of only change the meaning of the following sentence. Only I intended to assist you. No one else will. I intended only to assist you and do nothing else. I listen to assist only you. Nah, kalau word ini pakai word yang mana di sini pakainya? Only I intend to assist you pakai word yang mana? Nearly, only. Nah, pakai word yang mana di kata-kata ini? Dalam sentence ini kita pakai yang mana? Only I intend to assist you. Yang mana cocoknya? Only, nearly, almost, ever, scarcely, morely, to, and also directly. Pakai yang mana cocoknya? Consider how the question of change the meaning of the following sentence. Yang mana ya? Only I intend to assist you. Bisa kita pakai directly di sini. Directly, no one else will. Secara langsung dan nggak ada orang lain yang mau. Saya hanya mengassist kamu saja. Secara langsung nggak ada yang orang lain yang mau. I intend only assist you and do nothing else. Bisa juga sama seperti itu. Oke. Jangan taruh. Do not put the word only, nearly. nearly, almost ever, scarcely, far from the word that they modify or they describe. Okay. Okay, so what is modifiers? Tadi modifiers adalah kata penghubung, ya, kata penghubung. Jadi kita ingat-ingat modifier itu adalah kata penghubung, atau modifier is a word or frasa, bisa dia sebuah kata atau bisa dia sebuah frasa atau glosa which function as adjective or adverbs to explain the word or group of word. Oke, guys, minggu depan kita praktis ya, atau nanti saya kasih homework ya teman-teman. Sepakat? Kasih homework dari minggu kemarin terkait dengan pronoun dan juga modifiers. Oke, homework nanti kita bahas di minggu depan. You don't need to collect it, ya. You don't need to collect it, but we will discuss. I'll give you the questions, and we will discuss the question in next meeting. Gitu ya. Get it? So you don't need to collect it, but next meeting we will discuss it, your answer. Paham ya teman-teman ya? Alright. Okay, please turn on your camera. I'm not gonna call your name one by one. I just want to screenshot, so I know who are joining the class and who are absent. Yang nggak bisa nyalain kamera, please make sure your name is same with the name that is written in the absentee. Okay. 1, 2, 3, slide 1. Wait a minute. And I send to the group. Okay, next. Low. Next, second one. Desi Triparwanti, Faisal Hari, Dimas Wibisono. Okay. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining the class. See you tomorrow. Yeah, see you tomorrow. See you next week. Have a nice day, everyone. Have a good night. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, you're welcome.